Hey guys, I wanted to just do a quick video instead of a Zoom, just this way you can look back on it, and if you have any questions, just refer back to this video. I've talked to a few of you guys separately, but I just wanted to just make sure we're all on the same page with the clinical paperwork and a few other things. First of all, the NAP forms this semester are blue. We're trying to do a different color each semester just so we can quickly identify the semesters that we need when they come to do our accreditation audit with UNAR. Just a reminder that anytime your students finish up for the night and come back to post-conference, just hand them their NAP forms that you have out already and just have them look through and put a date on any skills that they completed that night on the second to last column, this date of proficiency column here. Have them date there, and then you will initial here on the last column. They've already done it in class. We just want them to be able to do most of this here at clinical. So have them date it. You guys can initial it if you need some clarification or you want to ask them more information about it or clarify with the CNA if they did a good job on it, great. If not, just initial that there. If you have a student and it's their last clinical, any remaining skills you will just date and initial and finish up their NAP form, because like postmortem care, ostomy care, some students aren't going to be able to do that stuff. So it's been done in class at least once. So just finish up those NAP forms on that last clinical so that it's all the way complete if you have them for their last clinical. So kind of keep track of that. We're all going to end up with students that are on their last clinical, so we're all going to kind of be doing this toward the end of the semester. So just kind of peek at their time card and see where they're at. Also, time cards are still yellow again. This first line here is their clinical orientation that we did in class. They do get to count that toward their hours. So we did a whole orientation with, like, they signed a behavior contract. We talked about how to get to the facility, where to enter, what doors, how their night's gonna go, how they're gonna be paired up, expectations for behavior, what to bring, what their uniform is, HIPAA, and then also their patient assessment went over in class. So they had quite the orientation to clinical, so you guys don't really need to do that. They can just hit the ground running when they get here to the building. Just show them, around really quick if it's their first time, or their CNA can show them around as well too. But we just kind of get them off to the floor and working. And just remember again to make your notes in the grades and comments. So just fill out your date that you have with them, their times. Comments, just put where they were at. I would actually prefer if instead of putting memory care, if you guys would just put like Uinta Cottage, Wasatch Cottage, things like that, so that we know, where they were at, who they were with, if there's any sort of issues, or we can put them somewhere else if they end up there again. And then just on the rehab, just put 100 Hall, 200 Hall, 300 Hall, just so we have more detail with where they're at. But just continue making your notes on that time card. And then also a reminder that they each also have attached to their packet their evaluation form. That's just the quick circle, yes or no, whether they're prepared, all that stuff here, so that whoever has them for their last clinical can do their final paperwork and look back on this. Again, everyone's going to have someone that's on their last clinical. You'll just have to kind of pay attention of that toward the end of the semester. We even have some that are going to be done here pretty quick up front, so just check and make sure if it's their last clinical that you finish up all of their paperwork. Also, we updated the patient assessment form, the resident assessment form. We've simplified it. It does look like there's more on here, but it is simplified so they can mostly circle things, answer yes or no, give a quick date, so that it's really easy. Erica went over everything with them in class, line by line, abbreviation by abbreviation, what all of this means. So they should get through this really quick. They can grab their CNA and grab the chart, have their CNA talk to them about this, get this information from them, as well as a visual and hands-on observation when they are in the room. And then here at the end, there are a few things that they need to write out, like what kind of cares and things that they did for them. It's just more specific so that they're not leaving things empty. We're trying to improve what they're turning in for these because UNAR is asking for them. It's part of the clinical curriculum. So what we have decided is each time that they come to clinical, you will get in the box and you will get out a white copy of this for their first few clinicals. And there's no backside, they just need to fill out the front with their resident assessment. They're gonna give this to Harmer. We're gonna look through and make sure that they're doing these right. You're gonna look at it at the end of the night. So when they come for post-conference, have them look at their nap form, look at this really quick, make sure it's filled out, help them fill in the gaps with this. What we're trying to do with this is make it so that when they do their final draft, which will be their last clinical, they will do it on, on this pink form, which is their final draft that they will turn in for their grade, and we will keep it in their UNAR file. Okay, so every time they come up to their last clinical, they're just getting a white sheet, filling it out, getting it down, understanding what it is, perfecting it, so that when they do their last one at their last clinical, it's awesome. And then this is what we have on file for them. Okay, so every time they come, they get this white sheet and fill it out. You check it, double check them, have them give you a report on their patient, have them tell someone else about it, whatever they want to do to practice. And then their last clinical, it will be on the pink sheet, final draft here. Also, when they do this final draft, this is where we fill out their clinical evaluation form. We used to do it at midterm. Now we're just doing it on their last clinical as they're getting ready to turn in this observation form. Since we're not going to the hospital, we just want to know how their clinical experience was and how they did. So whoever has the student for their last clinical will make sure that this looks good here, and then they will fill this out here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Lastly, we are not doing pass-offs on electronic vital signs. So we used to have that paper where you guys would do like 10 or something with them. We're not doing that. We've done all the vital signs in class. What we would like you to do though is just make sure that they take the opportunity to do vital signs as often as they can with those electronic machines. Make sure they know how to use them, turn them on, plug them in when they need to charge them, get the cuff on the patient, work the pulse ox, make sure they're charting it correctly. So just if you know vitals are coming up, just, hey, everyone on the floor is doing vitals. They know how to use the machine. I've double checked their charting. Oh, that looks strange. Go redo it. Let me come in with you to redo it. Whatever you guys need to do to make sure they are proficient with those electronic vital signs. You don't have to pass them off anywhere. You just have to make sure their charting looks good and that they're doing them correctly. I think that covers everything. So just a quick reminder, have them look at their nap form at the end of the night, date it, you initial it. If it's their last clinical, date all the rest of the skills that aren't dated, sign it, finish it up. Time cards, just put notes where they're at. The white patient assessment, resident assessment forms, each time they come on their last clinical, they're gonna get a pink one, do their final draft, you're gonna fill out their clinical evaluation using the feedback on this sheet here that's done each clinical. It's all in the box here. There is also a few extra forms in the box if they mess up on them, or the assessment forms, time cards, whatever you guys might need in there. There's some extra pens, masks, whatever you guys might need in there. Okay, you guys are the best. Thanks.